Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you, Lena?
Oh,
We
very good. Nice to hear from you.
yes, nice to meet you online. We talked a lot off the phone, but this is the first time we are meeting face to face. And for my guests who are watching us now on YouTube, I want to introduce Lena Collins. Lena is a longtime customer service expert, and she's the author of a brand new book, which is actually selling pretty good on Amazon right now. Lena, your book is moving. It's called "The Customer Is Never Right." I love that title.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your background. Let's go right into it, Lena. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Yes, I started as a customer service representative, then moved up to customer service supervisor. So
Oh,
now I own a company
uh-huh.
that manage customer service around the country.
Oh, wow.
Customer service
Congratulations.
Yes, around the customer service teams around the country. And that's why I came up with my book because there are a lot of experiences.
Yes. I read most of it. I love it. I love it. A lot of humor. Viewers, there's a lot of humor in that book and a lot of common sense because a lot of people don't realize, Lena, and I know you do, a lot of people don't realize, business owners, how important customer service is to their potential customers. Tell us a little bit about how you deal with clients who hire you. How do you explain your business to them?
Yes, I explained that it's important to have customer service representatives being sensitive to what the caller is needing. But one of the major challenges is the customer service representative controlling the call
Right.
because there is a big tendency of the customer trying to
Hmm.
control the call, and that's the
Oh,
one of the biggest challenges.
so you mean by the customer calling to control the call? You mean, say, for instance, a customer will call up and only thing they want to talk about is whatever their issue is. They don't want to hear anything you have to say. They just spew out their problem. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Yes, mainly they want to focus. Some of them want to focus on themselves,
Uh-huh.
on my need, but sometimes they don't see the big picture, you know. For
Right.
example, if I have a customer and they are
Uh-huh.
calling a bank, for
Right.
example,
Right.
it's important that they know that okay, the bank will take care of their needs, but there are other callers too waiting,
Right.
and the customer service call center has some hours, and they have
Yes.
to accommodate those unlimited customers calling within that time frame.
Okay. Okay. So what you're saying is the representative, like the representatives who work for you, they're supposed to talk to a certain amount of people per hour. Is that kind of what you're saying? So they can't
Yes,
talk to one person. They can't take up their whole hour with one person wanting to tell their life story.
correct, correct.
Would you mind doing a little role play with me, like if I'm a caller and I'm calling up? All right.
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Hi. I'm calling because I just received this product in the mail, and the product is not working the way it's supposed to be, and I need some help. How can you help me?
Well, let me see. The Okay, can you tell me what is the product? The
Well, it's a
product.
little it's a little sensitive, but so I can't really tell you what the product is. But this was the number that was attached to the receipt that I got mailed to me when I bought it from you guys. So I think you should be able to tell me. Don't you have a computer there? You can look me up. I can give you my name and address, and can you look it up that way?
Well, yes, I can look by your name, but for security purposes, I will need to ask you further questions.
Okay.
Okay, can you please tell me your date of birth?
I was born 12/19/1962.
Okay, and can you please give me the at least the last four digits of your social security number?
Whoa there. Slow your roll down. Why would you need my social security number? I just want to know how I can get help with this product.
Yes, the reason is we need to verify, authenticate the call. We need to verify that you are who you are saying you are.
Oh,
Because yes, yes.
okay.
So
Well,
I am
okay.
not asking. I am not asking for the whole number. At least the last four. That will do.
Okay. The last four, 9913.
Okay.
And
And your
you know what? I'll just tell you my name. My name is John Smith, and I live here in Harbor, Michigan.
okay, Mr. Smith. Okay. So what challenges are you having with your product right now?
Well, well. Let's see. Oh, could you hold on a minute? I got somebody at the doorbell. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back with you. Do you ever get that? Well, thanks for the role play.
Yes.
That was good.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do you get
Yes.
situations like that?
Yes. I get situations like that every time.
And
Yes.
so, how do
And
you how do you tell your employees to deal with stuff like that?
yes, I tell them to, if they can, to tell the customer, we have a limit, call us back because we have other calls in the queue. You know,
Oh, okay, okay.
in this case, I will tell my representatives to wait 2 minutes,
Uh-huh.
out of courtesy. But if
Right,
they don't come back on the phone call after 2 minutes, we have to hang up because there is a lot of calls in the queue, and
right, right.
we cannot left have the other customers left out.
Right, right. I have a question here too that I wanted to make sure I ask you. What do you do when callers refuse to identify themselves? Like if they don't want to say their name, like I did a little bit in our role play. They don't want to say their name. They don't want to give the social security number, or maybe they don't even want, which seems absurd. They don't even want to tell you what the product is.
Yes, in that case, we have to be honest.
Right,
Well, if you are not able to identify yourself, I'm sorry, I cannot help you.
right,
It's company policy that we authenticate, because there are situations
right.
when a daughter calls saying that she's her mother, or a
Oh
son
yes,
saying she's her father, or a brother, or a twin. I
right,
mean, and
right.
yes, and
Yeah.
companies that don't authenticate well
Oh,
can get in big trouble,
oh,
big trouble.
oh, because they may
So
give a
it's
refund or information to somebody they're not supposed to give it to.
yes, not only that, just the identity,
Uh huh.
not helping the right person that is supposed to be
Oh,
helped.
okay.
That's really, and especially in banks, maybe other
Uh
stores,
huh.
no big deal,
Right.
but especially in big institutions such as banks,
Yes.
hospitals,
Yes.
it's important the to identify the
So,
customer.
have you, in your career, have you dealt with suspected imposters? Maybe somebody calling with a story or from a location that wasn't really them, or trying to represent, just straight out fraud. Have you dealt with that?
Yes, I have dealt with that. One time, I had one of my representatives receiving a call from a gentleman supposed to live in
Uh huh.
Argentina, with an Argentina address and
Oh, okay.
everything, and and that gentleman had an accent from New York. I mean, there could be an Argentine that was raised in New
Right.
York,
Right.
but that in this
Right.
case, that was a red
Oh, okay.
flag.
Yes.
So, so after further, questioning, and the rep came to the conclusion that this was not the
Oh,
customer,
good.
and reported to management. So thank
Right.
God,
Right.
because then we found out that this was not the real customer.
Oh,
But there are a lot of things that seem subtle, but if you don't train your customer service representatives
right.
well, things can get really out
And
of
you know what
hand.
else I've heard? I've heard sometimes that wealthy customers will call up and they'll try to spend 20, 30 minutes arguing with you over a $5 bank maintenance fee. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Oh, yes, especially the very, very
Are
wealthy
the worst?
ones. the worst.
Oh,
Why do I have $5 maintenance
right,
fee? I have been a customer of this bank more than 30
right,
years and I have a big deposit
right,
on this bank. And and they think they need to have all the
right,
privilege.
right.
And it's
Okay,
terrible,
okay, here's
terrible.
another little quick role play, and I want you to tell me what the caller is doing wrong, and if you ever experienced this. Hello,
Yes.
Lena. Uh, yes. Well, I'm um, I'm having some problems. My wife, I think she may be cheating on me. Now we've been married for about 30 years, and I'm glad I got a woman on the phone because maybe you can give me some insight. Are you a young woman? How old are you? You don't have to tell me exactly.
Well,
Just tell me around how much. Have you Are you old enough to know what it's like to be married for 20 years? I'll ask it that way. How's that?
very personal
Well, can
question.
you help me?
But
Can you help me? Can you help me with my wife? She said some things to me, and I'd like to get some advice from another woman. Would you be able to help me with that advice?
well, I'm sorry, but our service here is to get information about your bank account. I'm sorry, I don't work in a marriage counseling office, so I'm sorry.
Have you ever got any calls like that?
Oh yes, yes. Lot of flirty
Oh
gentlemen on
yes.
the phone trying to see if they can, flirt or,
They call.
feel
How's
feel.
this? They call up and say, uh, "Hello, what's your name?"
Yes.
Hey, you
Sometimes.
sound kind of cute. Are you? Would you be interested in going out on a
Yes.
date?
Yes, yes, yes. No, and at least these are the decent
Oh,
ones.
sometimes.
At least these are a little bit
Oh, so sometimes
decent.
they
There
just
are
go right over. They just go right over the line sometimes.
sometimes they get really in the dirty
Oh,
field.
okay, okay. And so what do you
Sometimes,
teach your female employees to do when something like that happens? What are they supposed to do?
yeah, they are supposed to contact the supervisor right
Uh huh.
away, and the supervisor, you know, like listening to the call together with the
Okay.
representative and
Oh,
escalating,
okay.
and having proof of what happened on the
Oh, I
call,
got you. I got
because
you.
this is not tolerated.
Right, right, right.
Yes,
So, yeah. So
yes,
when people call up and they get carried away, then you guys just they're
yes,
trained to go to a supervisor if it's something that they can't deal with, or they don't just don't want to deal with it. I
yes,
mean, I have a little bit of customer service background. That's why I was drawn to your book because I used to teach security officers, so I'm kind of familiar with. And especially in the security business, when you're dealing with people who are irate or possibly dangerous, and sometimes in the security business, when you're face to face with people, you, as a security officer, they may push your buttons. And if you feel your buttons being pushed, I always advise them to, call in the supervisor or call in another security officer and let them step in and take it over, because people will
yes.
try to provoke you. Have
Oh
you ever had that
yes,
when someone tried
yes,
to get on your nerve? You knew they were just trying to make you upset, so you would say something that you're not supposed to say.
yes, yes. I have had that a long time.
And so, what do you again? How do you teach your referring back to your book? How do you teach your employees to deal with situations like that? Or do some sometimes get
Yes.
caught up on it and go too far talking with clients?
No, it's important to be trained on having some some composure,
Yes, yes,
some to collect ourselves.
right,
It's important because we represent the
okay,
company. If we get irate, we are
right,
losers.
right,
We have to really be on the winning
yes,
side. Never reacting or
right.
overreacting, always polite. And if it's really terrible, the last thing, well, I'm sorry, but I will need to leave this
Oh,
call.
okay, okay,
That's the
right, right.
I will need, but not go with
Oh,
gloves,
okay,
with
to
the
fight
boxing
back, yeah,
glove, with the
yeah.
with the customer because then
Insult for
the
insult. Right, right.
yeah, then the customer service representative can lose their jobs,
Yes,
and we don't want
yes,
that.
yes. And that was one of my questions that was coming up. It said, what should a representative do if the customer begins insulting them? You know, screaming or just unloading all their bad feelings on them. So they have the right at certain point to stop the call.
Yes, they have the right, and they say, "Well, I'm sorry, but you have been very disrespectful to me at this time. I'm sorry, but I am not able to continue this call. Have a good
Okay,
day."
great.
That's it.
Yes, yes. That's the
Yes. If
same
the
kind of thing.
supervisor is around,
Mhm.
yeah, is the representative can transfer the call to the supervisor. But if the supervisor is not
Right.
available, that's the best
Oh,
approach.
okay, okay. And
Yes.
again, another thing I had on my list here, we talked about it a little bit earlier, encountering lonely men, for instance. And what do you, again, what do you tell your female representatives to do? How should they, how do they professionally shut down a call when the guy's not offensive or anything like that, but they can hear where it's going? How do they shut down a call that if that's happening?
Yes. They can start by saying, "Well, I am not allowed to answer personal questions. I need
Right,
to focus on the customer need. But if you want to just chit chat, I'm sorry, we don't have time, and I will get in
right,
trouble if I
right,
continue this call. If you have a problem, talk to my supervisor.
right.
Here is the number. Ask for my supervisor." And that way the customer service rep is safe because
Oh, yes.
because all the calls are monitored for
Right.
quality. So if we service rep has taken those steps, he's safe.
Oh, good,
He or
good,
she
good.
is safe. Yes.
And here's a good question. What are some of the most inappropriate situations that you or your coworkers have dealt with over the years? Well, something like people using the restroom, children crying, arguing with their spouse. There's a knock on the door. Tell me some stories, one or two stories about those kind of situations.
Oh, yes. Well, there was a representative one time that he was talking with a lady,
Uh-huh.
and the lady was a bank call, and the lady was talking about her account and what she need and the deposit and everything. And all of a sudden, on the call, you could hear the toilet flushing. And then after the toilet flushing, other
Right,
sounds, other bigger
right,
sounds.
right,
And, you know,
right,
it doesn't look good. I mean, if I was the customer, I would be ashamed
right,
because
right.
some people is in our society, we want to save time, and we
Yeah,
want to even which is too much,
right, right.
because
Yes,
I
yes,
mean it's not good at all to get a
right.
to get a phone call while you are in the restroom. I think
Right,
the
right.
restroom has
You
its
gotta draw
its
the line
own.
somewhere, right?
Yes, like at least take your own personal time for the restroom. Don't use the restroom
Right,
to talk on the
right.
phone. That's terrible.
Have you ever received any calls where people have the television or the radio blasting? They're there with the dog barking and the kids crying.
Yes. Oh, especially, yes, these phone calls, then you cannot understand the customer, and then here
Right,
is the telenovela, the soap opera. Oh, and he said, and they were very loud, and you cannot even understand what the customer needs. And then
right,
you have to ask the customer to, can you please lower the volume of the television? And then they feel like little kids, but
right,
that's
right,
the way. That's the way.
right,
You have sometimes to instruct them and treat them like little kids, like lower the volume so you can
right.
help them. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
are not able to help them.
Yes, yes. And here's another question. We're starting to wrap up now, but um, I'll do another little improv. I love doing these little improvs with you because you respond to them so well. I'll just start it right here as if I'm on the phone. Hi, my name is John Johnson, And I want to tell you. Can I tell you what my problem is before we really get into it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it all started last Saturday night. I was about to fall asleep, and I realized that I didn't lock the car door. So what I did was I got up, I put my slippers on, and I went downstairs. And then I decided when I went downstairs, I was crossing through the kitchen because my car was parked behind in the back parking lot. So I decided to fix myself a little snack. So I said, yeah, maybe some eggs and bacon might be good. And so what I did was, and I didn't have any eggs. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go upstairs to my neighbor and see if they got a couple of eggs that I can borrow, even though it was late at night because they usually come to me late at night. And so what do you do when you get somebody that's like taking 20 or 30 minutes and they want to talk before they get to the problem?
Well, that's a tough one.
Yes.
That's, you know why there is that is a tough one,
Uh-huh.
because always supervisors want customer service representative to stay silent, to listen
Oh. Oh.
to what the customer wants. So in
Right.
that case, if you jump in too
Uh,
fast, you may sound like a little desperate, and that doesn't look good on
oh,
the
okay.
call.
Right.
You may get lower points because a lot of businesses,
Uh-huh.
they rate the call. Like,
Oh.
okay, this is a 10, this is a 9.
Uh-huh.
So if you kind of abruptly interrupt them, even though they make you desperate because the
Right.
car
Right.
keys and the whatever, and then you're like, oh my gosh, all you can do is like pray a little, but if
Right.
it goes overboard,
Uh-huh.
you have to say, can you please condense what you to me?
Get to the
try
point.
try your best, but
Right. Right.
that's really a very difficult one, because sometimes that happens, like you said, oh, my
Yes.
car keys, and they tell you the whole scenario.
Right.
Sometimes they talk slow, and
Right.
I went and I didn't, and you're like, okay, and then, and let me tell you, and then
Right.
they don't organize the thoughts.
Right. Right. They could be all over the
Oh,
place.
and then sometimes they got caught up in a loop, and
Yes.
they go to the gist of what they want, and then they lose track of what they were saying, and they don't go to the point.
Right.
That's the one of the toughest ones. The
Oh, when
others you can
they don't
really,
even get to the question. Yeah.
yes, the others at least you know where they come from right away, and you can say, I'm
Right.
sorry, I have to hang up. But in this one is one of the challenging ones,
Oh, yes.
because
Yes.
sometimes could be because someone, some customers may be aging a little, and
Oh,
memory,
yes. Yes.
situations, others are just clueless, distracted. You never know.
Right.
This is the tough one, so you kind of have to pray when you get those ones, and they, okay, God, what do I do? Because, yeah, you can ask them to be more focused, but you kind of have to listen a little, so
Right. Right.
your supervisor knows that you did the effort to listen.
Yes, yes. That's one of the keys I used to teach security officers also. A key is listening, active. We used to call it active listening, so that
Yes,
you're not just you really are listening. You're paying attention to what they're saying and
yes,
trying to get what they need out of what they say. So,
yes,
Lena, I want to thank you so much. I want to ask you one more thing.
yes.
Your book, "The Customer Is Never Right." How did you decide to write the book? Had you what made you come up with the idea to write the book?
Well, after so many of my customer service representatives, quit their jobs and got
Right,
really angry at management,
right.
and a lot of them went to other fields,
Uh-huh.
and some of them had to go to therapy,
Oh,
or because of stress,
right.
because when you have these situations 40 hours a week, for a whole month, a
Right.
balance in your life, and you just work and don't have some rest, or it's tough.
It get
So
to you.
because
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Burnout.
because
Burnout. The burnout is a big thing in the business.
yes, you get burnout. Yes, so that after a lot of my customer service reps coming to me burnout and
Uh-huh.
frustrated and quitting were so
Right.
many that I had a huge material to write a book.
Yes, great, great.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you. It's been a pleasure talking about your book. I'm going to say the title again: "The Customer Is Never Right." Lena Collins. You can get it on Amazon, everywhere wherever good books are sold. And would you be willing to come back on the show again and maybe talk about this subject or another subject?
Yes, I'll be more than happy. Yes.
Okay, great, great. Well, we're going to wrap it up today, and I thank you for being here. And everybody in the audience, go to our channel, Unedited, with James Adam Tucker here on YouTube. Subscribe, like the videos, and keep coming back for more. We're going to interview more people like Lena and answer these questions that people ignore. People don't usually think that much about topics like this, customer service. They just want good customer service. They don't think about the people behind the scenes who have to deal with all your mess and BS and the bad attitudes.
Yes.
Because the person on the phone did not cause your problem. That's what you always have to realize. The customer service person taking your call is not responsible for your problem, but they're here to help you. They're here to help you.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So you have a good day, and I will be in touch with you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you. Thank
beautiful
you.
day.